Hi, I'm Carolyn Dage. I'm a psychologist and the director of the Center for the Treatment of Anxiety Disorders in Michigan. I've also had the honor of writing 3 books published by W.W. Norton. The first was called The Affect Regulation Toolbox. The second was called Anxiety Disorders, the Go-To Guide for Clients and Therapists. And my most recent publication is the Road to Calm Workbook. The workbook was co-authored by my colleague, Lissa Loberbaum. This is a very frightening time, isn't it? We're all experiencing uncertainty. There are so many things we don't know. We don't know if we're safe. We don't know if our loved ones are going to stay healthy. We don't know how our finances are going to be affected. And the hardest one for me is we don't know how long this crisis is going to last. Now, this uncertainty is difficult for all of us, but if you have clients who are anxious by temperament, perhaps they have generalized anxiety disorder or panic disorder, this time is especially difficult. These are the folks who anticipate catastrophes even in the best of times. But this current state of uncertainty, of not knowing, can be overwhelming, can be debilitating, almost paralyzing for some people. Now, I'd like to share with you some of the interventions that have helped my clients and hopefully will help yours as well manage their understandable fears. First thing we always need to do is to teach a calming response. You need to calm the nervous system before you can effectively talk back to the worried brain and listen to the new words. Now, a very quick way to release tension, I call the tight fist technique. This is a quick one, and I'm partial to teaching quick techniques because people are more apt to use them. Pretty simple to do. What you do is you just have them imagine that all their tension, all their fear, all their worried thoughts are going into their dominant hand. And they make a fist with that hand and they squeeze it tightly and they hold it, tighten it even more, hold it, and maybe imagine that that tension is represented by a color, say red. And you hold it for about 10 seconds, really tightly, and then slowly, finger by finger, release the fist. And just imagine that that tension, that colored liquid, is going down to the floor, underneath the floorboards, into the core of the earth, far, far away from you. Now, once they've achieved an initial state of calm, you can deepen it by using your favorite slow breathing technique. Some of my favorites are in a section in the Anxiety Go-To Guide. It's called the ABCs of breathing. I won't teach them now. You can look them up or use your own. Just make sure that people have long exhalations. The second intervention is talking back to the worried mind. Basically, this is a bit like CBT. You catch thoughts and feelings with acceptance, and then you talk back to them. So you catch them, but you don't marinate in them. So you might have somebody say, there's the uncertainty. I don't like uncertainty. I don't want uncertainty, but I can handle uncertainty. The third intervention that I'd like to teach you is called positive future focusing. People with anxiety live in the future. They live in the future anticipating everything that can go wrong, but they can also be taught to use this skill and go into the future with hope. You can teach them to fast forward in their imaginations to a time in the future when things are better, when things have settled down, maybe when there's a vaccine or when the economy is better, when the kids are back at school or when they're back to their routines. Whatever they want to imagine, all we need to suggest is that it's a better time. And then, once they imagine it, to bring that feeling of safety and the thought of gratitude and relief into the present moment, and hold those feelings for about 10 seconds again. Now, the last one I'm going to teach you today is to make an okay signal. You do this by putting thumb and forefinger together. And by creating that anchor, you're communicating to yourself that you really are okay in this moment. Even though life is really stressful, you're handling what needs to be handled. And once they put their thumb and forefinger together, you have them say 3 times, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay in this moment. You see, you can handle anything in the moment. It's the fear of what may come that throws us off balance. So those are some techniques that have worked for my clients. I hope they'll be helpful to you. And I wish you health and safety and the best.